and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would have a go at one of my favorite Snapchat filters using makeup, but I will quickly show some love to one of my favorite YouTubers, Mikey from Glam and Gore, which I'm fairly certain that this look originated from. I will link her down below because she's absolutely incredible. So without further ado, let's dive straight into the makeup. So for this look, I'm going to be using my Mehron Paradise palettes, which are water activated paints, because we want a watercolor paint look, so it's really great for that. I'm using a reference image of myself with the Snapchat filter on me, and I'm just placing colour where it is around the eyes, whilst trying my best to colour match as I go along. I think an important thing when doing this makeup is actually patience, which is not one of my strong points, especially with the colourful paint drips. It can be tricky to guide them where you want them to go, but overall I think it's really worth it because it looks much more realistic than painting them on, and it makes them look authentic. So I went ahead and I tried to copy the eye paint as accurately as I could. Yep, I did just get a lot of paint in my eye. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Moving on to the lips, I started with a pink base and I added the other colours on the top, and I also added a few mini paint drips underneath my bottom lip. The thing that makes this look really pop is actually the black outlines, so for this I used a mixture of an eyeliner pen and the black paint from the Mehron palettes. Eyeliner pens don't really like being drawn over products such as foundation, as it tends to clog up the end and it stops it from working very well, and it makes me really sad when that happens, but you can always rely on paint. I started off with my brows. Unfortunately, we really don't need them to be on fleek today. We want them to look really thick, bushy and black. Once those were done, I moved on to the nose outline, down the length of my nose, around the tip and around the sides of the nostrils, and also that little section above the cupid's bow. I don't really know what that's called. Next is lining the lips, which is fairly easy, but holy moly, I think it looks really cool. I was going to use an actual eyeliner for my eyes, but I thought using the paint would tie it into the rest of the makeup look, so I did some cat eye wings on the inner and the outer corners. Then, of course, it was time to slap on a coat of mascara and also pop on some false eyelashes. And that's it. This is my take on the Pop Art Rainbow Tears makeup look. If you liked this video, please do boop that thumbs up button and maybe share it with your friends if you want to. And if you're brand new here, then hello, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to click subscribe to be notified with my future videos if you want to see more. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon.